Okay, you're
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Onion Breath Radio Theater. Tonight, we bring you Dreadful, the first episode of probably about 15 to 20, depending on how well we do. Tonight, we are a relatively small group. We have myself, Jackie Banka, accompanied by Dylan Zaleski, playing 12, that's right, count 'em, 12 characters. I wouldn't say we were abandoned, we were just left to our own devices, thank you. But here we are, and here we go. Dreadful, Episode 1. Dreadful. Adjective. Causing great dread, fear, or terror. For Thomas Tuck, dread helped to feed his family and keep his children out of workhouses. He had always been a skilled storyteller with a flair for causing the hair to stand up on the backs of his listeners' necks. Like all great orators, the place beside the fire was reserved strictly for him, and he sat nightly at his favorite pub, the Drunken Admiral. On cold nights, the pub patrons would crowd around Mr. Tuck and listen to his grisly and dismal tales. It was on one such night that our story begins.
The nightmare woke Jacob from his sleep, bathed in a cold sweat. The gypsy's words rung in his ears. Within the cycle of the next moon, all those around you will suffer. I place upon ye the curse of the werewolf. Through his window the full moon shone bright and clear. He shuddered, "Anna, Anna," he said to his wife, who was sleeping deeply beside him. "Anna, I've just had the most wretched dream." You see, in his slumber, he had felt the terrible rage and felt the primal instinct of a beast flow through him. He had dreamed that he had torn his wife to shreds, severing her head in the process. He had forced himself to waken as the beast crept towards the place where his infant son slept. "Anna, tell me it was just a dream," he said, but he received no answer from his wife. "Anna, Anna." He reached for her and felt a warm wetness under his hand.
Oh, stop, stop. Oh, I can't listen anymore. You're a fiend, Thomas, an absolute fiend. Quiet, Catherine. Let the man finish his story. I'm sorry for my sister's interruption.
It's quite all right. I take it as a compliment. May I continue?
Of course.
Thank you. Now the wetness. This wetness, of course, his wife's blood, which shone a terrible black in the moonlight. He looked and he saw the headless body of his wife laying beside him in the bed they shared. He was horror-struck. He was paralyzed in fear. Deep claw marks covered her body. He threw himself from the bed. It was then the sound that hit his ears. Had he been deaf to it before, or uncaring in his foggy dream-like state? Or was it the sound? Was it the sound that woke him in the first place?
What was the sound?
The shrieking cries of his only son. He ran to the room, and the smell of fresh blood caused his hands to turn to claws and his mouth to grow fearsome jaws. He went to the cradle where he saw the babe wailing and bleeding through 4 hideous wounds that stretched from neck to gut. "No," was all he was able to say as he clutched the dying infant to his chest. He tried to contain the urge, but the power of the moon was strong and the beast was hungry. The moon floated silently in the cool October sky as the child's cries hushed, and Jacob Edawus III devoured Jacob Edawus IV, and all the while the gypsy's voice rung in his head. "Within the cycle of the next moon, all those who love will suffer." It's just...
Thomas Tuck, you are possessed by the devil.
Hey, it's just a simple story.
That you've concocted in your own sick mind. Catherine, no, don't scold me. He has a son. How can he write a tale so awful?
Because it's just that, okay? It's a tale.
Take me home, Aaron. I don't want to be near him anymore. I value my immortal soul. Well done, Thomas. She won't sleep for a week.
Another pint?
Right, mate.
All right.
Thomas, there's a man here to see you.
Well, send him over.
Tuck?
Yep, that's me.
I'm Gerald Barker. I work for Whitford and Marks.
Ah, the smut peddlers.
Publishers?
Right. I know them.
Good. I was sent here to listen to one of your stories.
You're going to tell me I have demons as well?
On the contrary, I was to listen to you for one evening and offer you a job if I liked what I heard.
Oh, well, do you like what you hear?
Very much, sir.
Well, huzzah. Sit down and have a pint with me.
Gladly.
So, my story's in print, eh?
Indeed.
Well, how much does it pay?
That depends on how much you sell.
Understood. Any tips for a first-time novelist?
Well, there is one thing that our readers look for that your story tonight lacked.
Tell me. I'm all ears.
Love.
Love. But Jacob had a wife and a son.
Forgive me, I misspoke. There was no romance.
Ah, I understand.
Do you have any stories like that?
I do. But it is unconventional love. Is that all right?
Woodford and Marks are not quite uptight. We just reprinted Justine.
Oh, by Marquise de Sade.
The same.
Point taken.
Do you have such a story?
Well, none quite as stimulating as the Marquis, but I do have one.
Tell it.
What, now?
Yes, please.
Oh, I mean, it's late, Mr. Barker.
My carriage will take you home when we're done.
Very well. All right. Well, this one, I simply call it Alexander Bean.
No, we'll have to work on that title. It won't sell.
Okay, well, story first, title afterward.
Well put.
Okay, not much is known about the Bean family. They dwelled in the caves of Scotland, hiding from the eyes of society. Alexander and Corina were never viewed as normal. Both were brutish and crude. Both had ill tempers and vile minds, and both had unsavory appetites. Now their daughter, Amphion, she and the son, Malayan, were raised to hunt and stalk as animals. The food that Alexander and Corina both craved was that of human flesh, a taste they passed to their children. Mama, look, we got one. We got one all by ourselves. We did it, Papa. Is that the boy? Well done, boy.
A fine catch. This man has lots of meat on his bones.
Well, the eatable parts are all intact.
Ah, that's a good boy.
Amphion did most of the work. I helped. Did you make sure he wouldn't be missed? Did you?
No, Papa, we forgot.
Oh, forgot, huh? Did we teach you nothing, girl?
What if he had family in the village, you moronic child?
Oh, it will be you they string up, girl. Do you understand me?
Yes, Papa. Ah!
Amphion, are you okay? Get away from her. Help your mother prepare dinner. Amphion and I will have words. Now, Malayan, now he knew what that meant. Alexander was going to beat the girl with his terrible belt. He hated to think of Amphion's suffering. He loved his sister with a fierce passion. He longed to protect her, hold her, touch her, and one day make her his wife.
Incest. Now that is unconventional.
I thank you. Now, you were trusted to hunt soundly, and you ruined it.
I'm sorry, Papa. I wasn't thinking. Malayan was so...
Don't try to blame your brother, you wretch. Why was I cursed with a female child? You weak. You're so stupid. You're frail.
No, Papa, please don't hit me.
Senseless girl.
I'm sorry. It'll never happen again, I swear.
I will help you to remember what you swear. Yeah. For years, this continued. Any misstep made by any family member fueled Alexander's temper, and his rage was taken out on the hide of the eldest daughter. Wounds healed and scars remained. The family grew. When Amphion was old enough, she was sent to town to buy needed supplies. Now this is where she met Hector, a Spaniard, well, once was, and he fell in love. Month after month, she would travel to town to meet Hector, and she would steal time with the man who stole her heart. Amy. Wait. Where are you hurrying off to?
Home. Papa will be wondering where I am.
Oh, that man. I long for the day he and I come face to face.
God's willing you never will.
Oh, I have seen the scars he has left on you, and for those, he must pay.
No, he's a good man. I'm the one who's wrong.
You cannot believe that is true. No child should have to bear the wrath of their parents.
His wrath would be great if I don't return before dawn.
Oh, that is hours away. It's barely dusk. Stay with me a while longer.
It's a 3-hour journey home.
Oh, then give me 2 small hours. I love you, Amy. To be separated from you is more horrid than any pain I have ever known. Postpone my suffering, please.
You love me.
Oh, beyond words.
I'm glad I love you too, if not more.
Oh, then do me an honor. Give me your hand.
What?
Marry me, Amphion. Be my wife, please.
My father will never agree.
Oh, then don't ask him.
I can't. He's taking care of...
Don't think on him. Think about you.
But my family...
They will carry on without you. I have a home in Jervan. Come with me. Be my own one and only one.
Leave them? That's so selfish.
Then be selfish for once in your life. Put aside thoughts of others and do what you feel in your heart.
I can't.
You just confess that you love me.
I do.
Then marry me. I have never cared for anyone the way I care for you. And now I know that I don't want to.
Hector, please.
I am begging you. Please, you make me so happy. Don't take that away from me.
Yes. Yes, I will marry you.
Tonight?
No, I have to arrange things. Say goodbye to me, brother, if I can. Give me 1 week.
I will wait, and I will count the hours. I will have a priest ready when you return to me, my wife.
Oh, Hector. Good. This is exactly what we're looking for.
Well, I hope so.
You're going to be a very rich man. Please, continue.
All right. Well, see, Amphion, now, she was true to her word and better. In less than 1 week's time, she and Hector were married. Greater joy was never mixed with as much fear as that which swelled in her soul. She walked to her family's cave and prepared to say goodbye. The evening meal was also filled with danger as Amphion tried to conceal her wedding band. As Karina cleared the human bones from the table and the family retired, she readied herself to walk from her old life and into a new one. When she was certain the others were asleep, she crept towards the mouth of the cave. Well, and where do you think you're going, Missy?
Out for a walk in the woods. I'm not tired enough to sleep yet, Papa.
Oh, no. I have a pain in my neck. I need you to rub my shoulders.
I would really rather...
Do as I say, girl.
Yes, Papa.
Oh, you have your mother's hands.
Papa?
Yes?
Would you ever consider giving me away?
What do you mean?
If I fell in love, would you let me marry?
What foolish man would ever dream of marrying you? You?
If there's a man in town. If there was a man in town.
These are strange questions. What is that on your finger?
Nothing.
Lies! That is a wedding ring. What have you done?
Nothing, Papa.
These are not idle questions, are they? Are they?
No.
You're thinking about leaving, aren't you?
No, Papa. I'm not thinking about leaving. I am leaving.
Who is the man who has seduced you? Tell me his name and I will devour him.
No!
Tell me his name!
No, I won't! I'm his wife. I love him.
Moronic child! I will beat the love out of you!
You already have. I hate you.
What?
I hate you.
What's happening?
Goodbye.
Amphion. Hey, follow her, Malayan. Bring her back. Yes, Papa. I can't lose her, my eldest daughter. Now she ran through the woods, closely followed by her dear brother.
Never look back. Never look back.
Amphion, wait.
Go back, Malayan. Go home.
Not without you.
I won't go back. I'm sorry.
Where will you go?
Gervain.
Gervain? What could Gervain possibly have for you?
Something more than this. Better than caves.
Oh, Papa will look for you. He will not stop.
Let him search.
He's a hunter, unmatched. He will find you and you will be punished.
If he finds me, I will settle him.
Settle him.
Yes, look at this.
That's Mama's hunting knife.
It is. And when Papa finds me, he'll feel it in his gut.
No,
Then go back. Tell them I'm dead.
they will never believe me. She ripped out a large chunk of her raven hair.
Give them this. Tell Papa you killed me when I attacked you.
No, Amphion, please.
Then come with me.
What? Leave? Without a word?
Yes, go to Gervain. We'll find a life together.
Oh, I can't.
You make the choice. The caves or a real life.
Oh, I want to be where you are.
I'm very glad to hear that.
I love you.
What are you doing?
Kissing you.
Why?
I love you. I mean, that's what people do who love each other.
You're my brother.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Don't ever do that again.
Don't you love me?
Yes, as my family.
Well, will you marry me?
What?
Will you marry me?
No. Malayan, you're my blood. I'll never marry you.
Then you are tossing me aside along with Mama and Papa.
I want you to leave with me.
No, not if we cannot be together.
Malayan, I have a husband waiting for me in Gervain.
That's why you are abandoning us.
Yes.
You married him? An outsider?
Yes, I did.
Well then, sister, you truly are dead.
Malayan,
No, stay back, ghost.
Malayan, please!
Freed from her father's tyranny and pained by her brother's words, Amphion traveled to Gervain, and she bound herself, body and soul, to her husband. It quickly became clear that Amphion was an asset to the Bean family, and they slowly began to slip. Soon, word of mysterious disappearances reached the ears of the king, who set out to find those responsible.
This cannot end well.
Well, these stories never do.
Point taken.
Now, what do you mean? They are on to us.
It's all over town. They found bones in the river, our bones, complete with our human teeth marks.
Bloody hell!
This would never have happened if Amphion hadn't been.
Don't say that name! She is dead!
Yes, Alexander. What are we going to do?
Lay low, all right? Stay in the caves. We stop hunting. We have enough meat to last a few months, if not the winter.
But what about Malayan? His need to kill is unstoppable.
He will cope.
I'm afraid to be stuck in the caves with him. He's a rabid as a dog. Ever since Amphion, ever since his sister died, he's gone mad. The last thing he brought home was barely edible. It was ripped to shreds, Alex.
You have nothing to fear from him, Corina.
Oh, I hope you're right.
Evening, Mama. Where are you going? Hunting.
No, Malayan, not tonight.
You can't stop me. Hey! Don't talk to your mother that way. Why? 'Cause you'll beat me like Amphion? Watch your tongue, boy! I'm going hunting. Not tonight, you're not. Why?
We're in danger. People in town found our bones in the river.
Then you should have taken better care. Well, let me pass, old man. What did you say? I said move. Don't get brave with me. I'll tear the meat from your body. Do it, and I'll kill.
Don't talk that way, my son. Papa only wants to take care of you.
Silence, hag! I'll teach you manners with my belt. That didn't work on Amphion, and it won't scare me, you old fool.
Oh, dear God.
Now, you see, the word fool never sat well with Alexander, and Malion's use of the word caused him to go blind with rage. He attacked his son fiercely, but the young hunter was too fast and quickly severed a ligament in the elder bean's leg.
Alex, dear God! Alex, are you all right?
Oh, Malion left the cave and he ran head on into the king's guards. They moved in on him, and although he fought, he was quickly subdued, and he was put into chains. The guards searched the family home, and they found the wounded Alexander and Corina. They also found the remains of hundreds of men, women, and babes.
Monstrous.
It did not take long for the family to be found guilty and sentenced to death. Alexander and Malion were forced to watch as Corina was burned at the stake. They were then both drawn and quartered. The last thing the men said, they screamed it together. Amphion!
They screamed her name. The poor girl is doomed.
Oh, well, yes. The man's cry, both men, their cry, it led the guards to Gervain and the home of Hector and his blushing bride. In the night, she was torn from her husband's bed and dragged into the street where a mob awaited her.
Oh, God.
Are you Amphibian Bean? A judge asked her.
No, I'm Amphion Bean, and I'm not Amphion Bean anymore. That was my name.
Is your father Alexander Bean?
Yes.
Then you are guilty of murder. Hang her.
No, you can't.
Then you are guilty of murder. Yes, the guards took her then. They took her to the square where the gallows awaited her. Hector tried to save her, but he was cut down by a guard.
God, no!
A rope was tied around her neck, but before the drop, the judge spoke. Does the condemned have any final words?
Yes. I'm sorry. I was raised to do what I did. My brother and I... Oh, no. No, where's Malion? What's happened to him?
The judge chuckled.
Where's my brother?
He is here, my dear. Would you like to see him?
Yes, God, I need to know he's okay.
The judge nodded to a guard who pulled Malion's head out of a bag he carried. He held it high for Amphion to see. She froze in shock in her eyes, and the bodiless skull, it seemed to smile at her. She forced herself to take a breath, only so that she could scream, but her shriek was cut short by the snapping of her neck. That's how it ends.
I must say, Thomas, a more gruesome tale I've never heard.
Do you think it will sell?
Better than Dickens.
Well, will you offer me employment?
I would be a fool not to.
Thank you.
I expect a fresh story in 1 week's time.
A week? Well, that's impossible.
I hope not. I want to make you wealthy. One story once a week. Surely you've got a few in that brain of yours.
I do, but 1 week,
I have every confidence in you.
Oh.
Come, I'll take you home. It's nearly dawn.
Well, thank you. Geez, what have I gotten into?
Thus we begin the saga of Thomas Tuck and his dreadful stories. Tune in next week for a new tale, we hope, and a look into the writer's mind.
Onion Breath Radio.
That was Onion Breath Radio Theater. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to Dylan Zaleski
Thank you.
Mouthing so many characters. We hope to see you next week and have a pleasant tomorrow.